In this lecture, let's discuss border property in detail. You can use the border property to specify the width, style and color of borders. And the border falls between margin and padding. We will see the margin and padding properties in the following lectures. This is the web page we have modified in the previous lecture when we discussed width and height. Let me set the width and height of both the first and second paragraph elements to be the same. So let me change the width to 200 px and let me copy this and paste it here. Now the width and height of both the first and last paragraphs are the same. So you could see it here. Let me refresh. See, the width and height for both the paragraphs are the same. You can use the border property to specify the width, style and color of the border. So suppose I add the border. So the properties should be specified in the order of width, style and then color. So suppose I want to set the width of 5 px. You can also specify the length in other values like centimeters or em etc. Here I am using pixels. So 5 px. Then I need to specify the style. Let me specify the style as solid. You can also specify styles like dotted, dashed, double, inset, etc. So I want a solid border and let me specify the color as black. Instead of specifying the name of the color, you can specify hash values or even RGB values. So this is how I want to have the border. Let me copy this same border style, width and color for the other paragraph as well. So let me save this and see it. Let me refresh. See, we are seeing the same kind of border for both the paragraphs. Suppose I change the color of this to purple. What will happen? The color of the border of the second paragraph will be changed to purple, right? Suppose instead of 5 px, I set 50 px as the width of the border. Now what will happen? Let's see the difference. Let me refresh. See, the width of this second paragraph is increased. So here the first paragraph is occupying only up to this much, whereas the paragraph with the ID second is occupying now this much width. So when we discuss the CSS box model, we have seen that if you want to get the total width of an element, we need to add the width of the content area and also we need to add the left and right borders, left and right padding values and also left and right margin values. So here we have specified only the width and border values. So if you calculate the width of this element, the width will be 200, which is the width of the content area, then 5, which is the width of the left border, and 5, which is the width of the right border, which means the total width will be 200 plus 5 plus 5, that is 210 px. Whereas in case of this paragraph, the width will be 200, that is the width of the content area, then 50, that is the width of the left border, and again 50, which is the width of the right border, which means 200 plus 50 plus 50, that is 300 px. So when we calculate the width of an element, you need to consider not only the width of the content area, but also the width of the borders, paddings and margins. So here we have seen the width will be different for the same element with the same content based on the value of the borders. Now suppose I change solid to dotted. Let's see a different style of border for the first one. Refresh, see. Now this border is dotted border. You can also specify dashed as a value. Let me save, refresh, see. This is a dashed border. So the style does not actually affect the size. Actually what affects is the width of the border and here it is 5 px, so 200 plus 5 is 210, whereas 200 plus 50 is 300 px. So as you see here, the width is different for these two paragraphs with the same content. Now this is actually a shorthand property. If you want, you can use different properties for setting these values. That is, instead of border, we can specify border width, which is 5 px, then border style, which is dashed now, then also border color, which is black. So this one line is equivalent to these three lines. So this is a shorthand property and these are longhand properties. And also you can set different width, styles and colors for 4 different sides. So let me remove this. Okay. So suppose I change border width to be 50 px, then border top style to be solid, then border right style to be dotted, then border bottom style to be dashed, and border left style to be double. And I also want to set different colors for all the different borders. So how I can set that? I can specify border top color to be purple, then border right color to be say green. You can give some beautiful colors if you want. Now border bottom color to be red and border left color to be cyan. So I have specified different styles for all the 4 borders and different colors for the 4 different borders. And I have set the same width for all the borders. So now let's see. Let me refresh. See, you are seeing different styles for the different borders. Here it is solid, dotted, here it is dashed and then double. We are not able to see the difference clearly because the width is too much. Let me reduce to 5 px for the time being. Save. Let me refresh. See, we are seeing this as a solid purple border. This is dotted green border. This is dashed red border and this is double cyan border. Suppose you want to have the same style for all the 4 sides, what you can do? You can just specify border style to be solid. Let me remove all these. Okay. So here we are using a shorthand property for the style, whereas you can use border top style, border right style, border bottom style and border left style. Let me save this. Let me refresh. Now we are seeing all in the same style and different colors. Let me increase again this to 50 px. Now what will happen? Let me refresh. See, now they are seen like this. And suppose you want to set different width for different borders, what you can do? You can just use top width to be 50 px and suppose you want right width to be say 100 px, then border bottom width to be 75 px and border left width to be say 150 px. Now what will happen? Let's see the difference. Let me save. Let me refresh. See, now the width is different for all the 4 borders. So when we calculate the total width, what will be the total width now? It will be the width of the left border, width of the content area and width of the right border, which will be 200 is the width of the content area, left width is 150 and right width is 100. So 200 plus 100, 300 plus 150, 450. So 450 px will be the width of this element because we need to consider border, margin and padding and also the width of the content area when we calculate the total width of the element. Similarly, what will be the height of this element? The height will be the height of the content area which is 200 px, height of the top border which is 50 px, so 200 plus 50, 250, then width of the bottom border which is 75, so 250 plus 75 means it will be 325. So for this element, as per the CSS box model, the width will be 450 and the height will be 325 px. So you can use the border property to specify the width, style and color of the border. You can set different width, style and color for all the 4 borders if you want.